And now, Trilogy in Rainbows, Book 3, Road of No Release. A carrying mission council was being held, the likes of which had never been before. They were planning not how to intervene and encourage, but to defend and protect. The bears sat around the table, the fearless and the faithful, the bold and the beautiful, the young and the restless all gathered together, not just those in the care team. Tenderheart Bear cleared his throat and asked quietly,
"Where was the feast last witnessed?"
Champ Bear answered,
"We haven't seen him since our first appearance, where he attacked Fin Bear and myself. He seems to be quite strong, as he threw me into a tree several yards away. I was knocked out."
I was knocked out as well,
Fin Bear added.
He hit me when I stepped between him and Secret Bear.
They all looked to Secret Bear, who indeed had a secret. Flameheart had only briefly gone away, and returned to stay with her after Champ Bear and Fin Bear had gone. Their nights had passed in a deliriously happy blur in each other's arms, but for more than one reason Secret Bear couldn't reveal this. She had Fin Bear to think of too. So, Secret Bear spoke a few carefully put together bits of truth.
I tried to talk to him, but I was scared. My heart was pounding so hard, and I started to have trouble breathing, and then I passed out.
"How could we care for him?"
Questioned Tenderheart Bear.
"It's a shame Secret Bear was so attached to her brothers, but they simply don't belong here."
Just me. He doesn't need anyone else. I'll be there for him.
Secret Bear thought to herself. Fin Bear glanced at Secret and said,
He said something about how when he'd been raised here was his only good memory, but he didn't seem to like anything else much. He may have left. And perhaps if he ever comes back, he would be more willing to talk,
said Cheer Bear.
And what about the black? I found him last week, and he asked where the wicked was.
Cozy Heart Penguin sang.
I let him leave, and they talked, but I'm not sure what about. He wouldn't let me near. Then he just stormed off, and he's been camping out halfway between here and the circle. And he gets really angry whenever anyone comes near his tent. He hit Oopsie Bear with his sword after he tried to pull him out of his tent to go see the wicked. I'm glad Braveheart and he was still alive. And how may we care for him?
Cheer Bear graciously asked.
I think we could help him by helping the wicked, Lovelot Bear said. It makes sense, though it would be hard.
"And the wicked?"
3 days ago,
Funshine Bear picked up.
he was going to reignite the animal spirits and establish a new kingdom, he said. I also heard something about dragons, whatever they are.
Funshine Bear looked around the table for more information.
I heard stories about dragons, being creatures that lived in a valley, past plains where the horses run.
Grum's Bear began.
Scaly things with wings and sharp claws, and some of them could breathe fire.
She means cheer in the mornings. Also, he truly has seemed to destroy the sacred as he claimed he would. The experiments have all failed, said Grumpy Bear, referring to the sacred redwood circles, normal uses, as well as the gender change ritual that had been used in times of dire underpopulation and aging, as well as one instance in the near past to protect a certain young bear from her unwanted brothers. But no one spoke of that, if they knew what happened.
And,
Grum's Bear continued,
speaking of horses, there's a pink-winged horse with red hair that's been wandering around. The blue-winged one has found the black, so I'm assuming it still hopes to fuse is close by. The horses are well-mannered, though. And I propose this. We care for the black by helping him talk to the wicked. Care?
said Cheer Bear, raising her paw. Nearly all the other bears raised their paws as well.
Don't care?
And as usual, Grumpy Bear raised his paw.
We'll begin the mission after lunch.
Outside the sacred redwood circle. Funshine Bear led the rest of the care team, Champ Bear, and Good Luck Bear towards Moonheart's camp. They saw a wind whistler's nose sticking out from behind a green tree. The Pegasus peeked around at them and trotted off to inform her rider. After winding through the trees for a few moments, they arrived at Moonheart's tent. He was standing in front of it, smoke rising from the recently put-out fire. "What have you come here for? I've got nothing to say to you." The care team stepped forward, and Cheerbear lifted her silken voice.
"But we think he might have something to say to the Wicked. We want you to help us and talk to him."
"You don't understand," Moonheart shook his head. "He won't listen to reason anymore. You can't save him." "But he'll listen to you, won't he?" asked Grumpy Bear. He may not. I honestly don't know anymore."
Excuse me. Perhaps if we could find Flameheart and the both of you talk to him, he would see things differently,"
Wind Whistler proposed.
"That's a wonderful idea,"
Funshine Bear said, clapping. "Let's go look for—" "No." Moonheart reached inside his tent and picked up his katana. "Leave me. I've heard enough."
"Isn't there anything we could do?"
Shearbear asked sweetly. "Just one. Get out of my way." Moonheart mounted Wind Whistler and almost ran over the care team. Grumpy Bear waved his arms. Wait. The Wicked implied he would be summoning dragons. We could come with you and hold them off if you wanted." Moonheart sighed. "I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for the Forest of Feelings. You can only come if you're willing to throw your life away for justice." He slapped Wind Whistler's flank, and she leapt over the care team and galloped off. They were left in silence for a moment. "Finally, someone who gets it," Grumpy Bear said, as he ran after Moonheart. The other bears hesitated for a moment and followed. Grumpy Bear was faster than they had previously known, so it took a bit to catch up. They tripped over roots and bumped into trees, and at last stumbled breathlessly into the sacred redwood circle. Shadowheart turned to point at the care team. "Do you see, Moon? They will not let go! They're addicted to being patronizing toes. They don't realize the freedom I'm bringing them. Your mania has only freed the evil in your heart. You were like a brother to me. How could you turn your back on what we searched for all these years?" "I didn't turn my back on it. I am rebuilding it." He gestured towards the care team with his Brobdingnagian sword. "No longer is the great star's power dominant, love-mongering the world into submission. I have taken its place, and will free the power we all carry. And already I have summoned servants from Dream Valley to prove this power." He raised his sword, and a column of shimmering pale green light erupted from it. Echoing like thunder, a roar responded to it. A deep pink dragon with light purple wings and brown bangs spiraled down and down. "That was so embarrassing. My burps are so scary."
Flim that one.
Spike could feel the energy of the summoning on his wings like a warm-up draft as he descended, filling him with confidence. He meant to say, "Ha ha!" but a norther roaring burp unfolded from his lips like a rosebud's first blooming. "Now, Spike, eliminate Moonheart by showing them the power of the dragon flame!" Shadowheart commanded. Spike and Wind Whistler sprang forwards. Wind Whistler galloped on the air and circled Spike, and then she dove in for a katana slash from Moonheart. Spike whirled around and clawed at Moonheart, talon meeting steel. Wind Whistler pulled back and curled upward, Moonheart holding his katana up high. The dragon ascended to them, and a plume of fire shot from his jaws. It was a direct hit. Wind Whistler whinnied in pain, but Moonheart dove off laughing, straight into the flames. His katana plunged into the roof of Spike's mouth. They plummeted down in a rush of fire, right on top of Shadowheart. The last secret is revealed. Secret Bear felt the Tingling coolness spread from her belly bench and settled back down onto her bed. She laid her head on Flameheart's shoulder and sighed, content. It had not been easy times recently, with Moonheart and Shadowheart's deaths, but she and Flameheart had bonded even tighter to get through it. And though by no means the only one Friend Bear saw, the Orange Bear had doted upon Secret Bear, holding her paw and standing close by, making it clear what she wanted. Right now, though, only one thing was on Secret Bear's mind.
Promise me. Promise me you'll never leave.
I won't, Flameheart answered, stroking Secret Bear's belly badge. They rested in silence, basking in the affections of the other, when suddenly there was a knock on the door. Flameheart and Secret Bear were too stunned to move.
It's pretty quiet in there,
said Friend Bear's voice from the other side of the door.
Let's take a look inside to see if one of them's there.
Taking an eternity, the door creaked open, and they walked in and sniffed around. Friend Bear and Cheer Bear, along with Champ Bear, Tinderheart Bear, and Heartthrob, walked in.
I left the door to my room open. I didn't think anyone would be coming by.
And only a few moments later, Friend Bear and Cheer Bear walked in.
Secret Bear?
Friend Bear's face fell.
I should have expected this from those wretches,
thought Cheer Bear.
I regret ever spotting them. Why did you lie to us, Secret? We could have helped.
Champ Bear shook his head.
And how long have you been hiding him?
Since they first arrived.
Heartthrob stuck her head in the doorway.
It's what I thought. Flame's trail led right to here, but I never saw him around. I wasn't sure if he was alright or if he ended up like Moon and Shadowheart. And he didn't,
Secret Bear said, trying to sound brave.
But you could have told us,
said Friend Bear.
Telling? Yes, it's the only way.
Tinderheart Bear walked in.
Champ Bear, Friend Bear, could you let Cheer Bear and I talk to them?
Okay,
said Friend Bear, looking betrayed.
But be careful.
She led Champ Bear out of the room and closed the door behind them.
Secret Bear, Flameheart, perhaps you would like to know a couple things we've been hiding.
Cheer Bear looked to Tinderheart Bear to continue with a smile. Fine, but it won't matter, Flameheart said.
Oh, I think it will matter. Flameheart.
Cheer Bear smiled as she saw Flameheart realize she knew his name.
You are my son.
Flameheart's anger began to rise up. I thought of that before, but no parent could have done that. Are we trading lies?
No, we aren't, Ash Spawn.
Cheer Bear grinned as Flameheart remembered the old insult, his second name when he'd lived in their house. This just further proves the scum you are, Flameheart said, getting up from Secret Bear's bed.
Scum? How touching.
Cheer Bear mocked.
They think that over... Then think this over. I'm getting so tongue-tied. I can't let this happen in my moment of revenge. Then think this over. We and your darling have been hiding something else. Secret Bear is your sister.
Another lie!
No,
Secret Bear said, crying a single tear.
it's true.
She began to cry in earnest, and all the warm memories of their childhood and the passion of their recent time together fading away quietly. Flameheart leapt and got up towards Cheerbear, tackling her. He swiped wildly at her face, blindly striking out in fury. Secret Bear ran over and tried to pull him away, but he spun around and pushed her back. What are you doing them that for? To save them, or what?
I did it. For both of you.
No! Flameheart yelled. There can only be one. Who do you choose? Secret Bear thought of Flameheart and his intense love, which she had grown used to after his return from exile, and the glorious heights of emotion she would fall from if she chose him over her parents and the fullest of feelings of their inhabitants.
I choose my family.
Flameheart hurled Secret Bear into the wall before punching Tenderheart Bear in the gut. Vengeance! Vengeance! I will never forget this. I will take up the swords of my fallen comrades and finish what they started. He glared at Secret Bear. And you will be the first. I will leave, but you will rue the day I will return. And that is a promise. Flameheart stormed out of Secret Bear's house and began his search for the two blades his bloody legend would be written with. To be